Well, this is a letter sweater that was worn by Dan Quayle in Scottsdale, Arizona when he went to high school out there. Dan lettered in golf.
By far, the most distinguished attraction in Huntington, Indiana is the Dan Quayle Museum.
That was hair from his first haircut back when he was a baby, and we've even preserved that for posterity here at the museum.
You would think being the boyhood home of this nation's 44th vice president would be an honor high enough to satisfy any small town's claim to fame. But there is room enough in Huntington for other historical buildings, besides the house J. Danforth Quayle grew up in.
But it was just a typical 1950s tract home with all the amenities of that progressive era.
Do you think Dan Quayle had indoor plumbing?
I know Dan had indoor plumbing.
But I feel that museums are not telling the whole story. I think museums ought to grab these things and put it behind the museum or in the museum, because that was part of living. Why would they not even think in those terms? I go to a museum all the time and I never see an outhouse.
Admittedly, Hy Goldenberg's collection is not as prestigious as the former vice president's.
Welcome to House Lane, boys. We got the best seats in the house here. People seem to always ask, why did I do this? And I have no real answer, except that I was curious about the old days when people had no indoor plumbing. And here, hold this, will you?
Sure will.
I'm going to try to crawl in here and show you something here.
Only Hy can make what is perhaps the simplest of inventions, a shack built over a hole in the ground, sound like a modern miracle.
There it is. Now, in addition to the clay pot, they had a wooden seat that was spring-loaded. Bang! Had to be careful when you backed off from it.
Hy has 13 of these architectural wonders, representing all different types and styles. There's the cement railroad outhouse, the round outhouse, and the Roosevelt, named after the Depression-era president and meant as an obvious political statement. There's even a family-sized outhouse.
This was a family one, and I always say that the family that went together stayed together. And you can see the two flanking holes are larger, and the one in the center is smaller for the child.
So, which hole would you use?
Well, I've never been known as a small ass, but I think I'd take the big one, the man-sized one. It's just, let me get in here and straighten up. The housekeeping around here is getting to be awful.
This is Hy's personal favorite, the round outhouse, crafted in the old rustic style.
The seat in here is pie-shaped, and you have to straddle it to enjoy it.
That's the clincher right there. Hy maintains that people went out to the shed not just on personal business, but to enjoy it.
Well, maybe the wife didn't like the husband to drink, and that was one place he could get away and enjoy life.
For now, Hy keeps one of life's simplest joys under lock and key. He's had a problem with vandals, although he'll lose the key from time to time.
Need any more cutting? Years ago, people had pride in their outhouse. They built things that looked like part of their home, or looked very nearly like the outside of their home. It was a matter of pride. The disappearance of the outhouse occurred because people thought it was awful to have it on their property, and as a result, when they'd turn over the house to a new proprietor, owner, first thing they do is destroy the outhouse. They tear it down. It's an unsightly mess.
And so High Goldenberg's outhouses stand not as an unsightly mess, but as a kind of testament to simple ingenuity and, above all else, necessity, even if they don't have all the grandeur of that fancy museum in downtown Huntington.
I've been to your museum, Dan. I've brought several people already to see it, and I think it would be only fair if you came and visited my collection of outhouses.
And just remember what happened to Roosevelt's good name, Mr. Quayle.